Oh, whoops. Alright, welcome everybody to Frog Fractions, URL of the Year edition. This is a revolutionary game, okay? Alright, let's go. That's 1/4, 1/3, 7 ninths, 1/3, 9/4. That's an improper fraction. 9/2. 9/2. 9 halves. So if you look at the top, you can see I have plenty of Zorknids and 5 fruit. I can ride him on over to any fruits that may be ready to be collected. Now watch as I miss the equal amount. Stop! I command you to stop! I lost some of my dignity. Alright, so... you know what, I can get better. I both have a cybernetic brain, and it didn't let me buy the other one. Oh no, these are decimals. These aren't fractions at all. Oh, there goes the present. There goes the present. Oh, there goes the present. Well, I think this stream should have been called Fruit Decimals. Fruit Decimals? I now have some electronic targeting systems. So I can just dead set target on, not have to worry about anything at all. Really quite helpful more than anything else. But unfortunately I might be able to make it. Unfortunately I might be able to make it, yeah. Seems like a very good one. Oh. Toe? Nut? Nut? Teeth? Now. Neon? Onto. Hen. Net. 10th. Yeah, I think I'll uninstall the cybernetic tongue. It wasn't really that good. But this, the electric tongue, that's good. Fortunately, it's not the kind of electric that makes it a targeting system. Now, if there was a way for me to cut out the part of my brain that made the decimals happen, because it's sort of breaking the law of what this game should be, really. Can I swim underwater? I can. Alright. See if I have enough fruits to afford things, huh? What do you guys say? Those smell awful, so bugs take longer to eat them. That'll be very useful for me. Oh no, I thought there would still be apples, but they would just look a little strange. Now I can't tell when they're ready to be eaten. Alright, let's test out what it's like to be a dragon. Can still go underwater. Oh, now we're shoot 'em up. Unfortunately, still with fractions, decimals instead of fractions. Fractions were just more fun to look at. Alright, what's this? Warp drive? Alright, let's see what this is like. Oh, is that right? It's no... whatever you say, Captain. I wouldn't be surprised. Shoo. Now, I'm kind of regretting turning the fruit to lychees. To a barrel? I don't think I can, Mr. Burger. I'm dying. This is my death. But don't worry, we can still learn about fractions, have some fun, even if they are decimals. Don't worry, I'm heading to Bugmars now, so I won't need to hear any more of your complaints. Warning, no refuge to attitude for games. So now... That's quite inconvenient. Okay, the Hobbits, the charges against me are quite severe. I'm accused of breaking and entering into our native habitat with the intent to purloin our delicious space fruit. I believe you were purloining my delicious earth fruit. How do I plead? I am plead amphibious. I'm sure I don't want a lawyer. These charges carry a minimum sentence of 20 years hard labor. Special, how do you like to become a naturalized citizen of Bugmars? I've never been to a buggier Mars, I will say. Just need to pass a test on the history and culture of this fine planet. Shall we begin? A bug flag has 4 bug stripes. What do they represent? Bugs. A little bit on the nose. Thanks a lot, Bug Betsy Ross. The series Bug Jersey Shore. What is Bug Sanuki's favorite flavor of ice cream? I don't watch TV. Nah. Which inalienable right? The right to bugs. How many mecha frogs do you crush under the wheels of his Mercedes bugs? He didn't learn to drive stick. How do I feel about fractions? I love them, gotta say. But you just keep giving me decimals, and I just want fractions. Bugs. That's me. Now watch as I continue to still eat bugs. Even on their delightful planet with maces. Oh, presents. I'm missing the presents. Better go find them. Where are those sneaky presents at?
As conceived in 1632 by Portuguese printing press operator André Felipe, boxing was a gentleman's game in which 2 men would square off and regale each other with stories monotonous for days on end, until one of them fell to the ground from boredom or exhaustion. Over the next few years, the new sport developed a respectable following of a few hundred local socialites. It was Felipe's son, André Felipe, who developed what he called the punching strategy in 1637, after seeing a schoolboy strike another in anger, causing him to fall down. When André Felipe challenged the then champion, British expatriate Sleepless Bill Bishop, to a match, Bishop was the odds-on favourite. You can imagine his surprise when, while he was describing what he had had for breakfast that morning, André walked up and thumped him in the neck, sending him down for the count, in the parlance of our time. While it was universally agreed that the boy had violated the spirit of the game, officials were unable to find any actual rule that punching violated, and were forced to let the victory stand. This upset caused an uproar in the boxing community large enough to spill over into local newspapers, which drew the interest of many outsiders to come see what all the fuss was about. The newcomers were enthralled to engage in these borderline barbaric displays of human strength and skill, and the rest is history. After a few sport school moms, single-minded about safety, added the padded gloves, of course. Today's boxing enthusiasts fantasize about a newcomer that would rock the ring the way Felipe did. Calcification of the modern rule set has essentially locked the punching strategy into place, but it's easy to get caught up in the fantasy. Young scholars with big dreams often enter the ring with their crazy new trick, usually a variant of hypnosis, and though they've achieved the occasional victory, none of the gimmicks have been robust enough to make it to the big time. The real wonder, though, is that Andre Felipe's original vision of boxing is still around. Gentlemen's boxing clubs can be found in cities all over the world. You can visit one most any day of the week and see two erudite gentlemen exchanging pleasantries in the ring. Most people only come to watch a few hours of a match and then leave, but every once in a while you'll find amongst your elders a stout fellow, a die-hard fan, who perhaps witnessed that historic battle between Felipe and Bishop, who for love of the sport must stay to witness the last glorious seconds of wakefulness slip away, only to return to fight again another day.
Is that it? The rumbling seems to have stopped, and you feel the intense downward pressure let up. After a moment, you calm down enough to start taking in your surroundings for the first time since a seemingly dormant vessel sprang to life. Command module. The walls of this circular room curve to meet at a point that must correspond to the curved nose of the outer hull. Lining the walls, you see a porthole, a glowing display, and a control deck. A ladder leads aft. If you don't know how to get started, type help and press enter. You'll have to be more specific as to what you want to do with display. A glowing screen display shows a map of the galaxy with a destination you don't recognize marked, and an ETA of about 3,000 years. Looking closer, you see the two on-screen buttons labeled Route Details and New Destination. The nav computer dumps you into an interface so abstruse. Before you can even consciously process what's happening, you've hit the back button and are back at the main map screen. Nice spelling. The screen spills forth a slew of steps, such as spiral spinward at a spacey system, far faster than you can fathom. Look, porthole, please. Through the porthole, you can see a background of stars, shifting as the ship gently spins. The constellations are all unfamiliar to you. Okay, I guess I'm going to look at the deck. The control deck consists of an array of switches and a pair of joysticks. Let's hope you never need to override the ship's autopilot, because these are definitely not frog joysticks. Climb ladder. You clamber across the ladder. Captain's quarters. This looks like an all-purpose living area. A sleeping pod sits next to a nightstand. A ladder leads to the 4A. 4? And an oriental rug lies in the center of the aft wall. Look, nightstand, please. The nightstand offers a single drawer, which is closed. You open the drawer, revealing a thick manual. I don't understand that word. I can't just skim through it, I have to actually read it. It's a manual for the navigation computer in the command module! After leafing through it, you feel confident you understand how to use the interface well enough to set up a route back to Bagmaz. Your score has gone up.